Hello, sacred souls and curious wanderers. As you can see, today's setup is a little different. I'm hoping that I've posted my video explaining as to why before I post this one, but I honestly never know. I just like to look and spread out my posting to keep the YouTube page fresh. So today's video is just going to be a little reading for the August collective. I'm going to jump in with my Starseed Oracle and my Rider-Waite Tarot to help read that and just tap in a little bit to my own energy. Bear with me while I work on sound and lighting, things like that while I'm in this new setup. I'm sort of in the area that I'm in for the next couple of weeks, and then I'll be hitting the road, so it'll all be a little different. So hopefully along the way I learn some tips and tricks to making this a little more seamless and digestible for everybody. But yeah. Okay, so I've pulled some cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot and I asked 3 questions. The first was, what energy am I moving out of? We have 5 cards. What energy am I moving into? We have 2 cards in the shift and 3 cards into the new energy. And then I asked what is going to be the outcome, the overall energy of the month of August. And oh my goodness, those last 3 cards, I felt like I wanted to start crying of like happy tears, absolute happy tears. But as soon as they flipped, because they flipped over in the deck and I like kept shuffling, but I could see them teared down and I could just pull them out. It was really beautiful. So get ready for an amazing month, some opportunities. I'm just pulling a few from this deck to look at as I film, because this is nice and quick and easy for me to interpret. I feel very connected to these cards, and these are oracles, so they're just little reminders that I like to give. Get ready to see absolutely everything around you for what it is. And I mean that in the way of feeling present in the moment, in your emotions coming up, what they're actually telling you, like the deep-rooted cause of it, not the thing that's triggering it in that moment. People's behavior, their words, their action or lack thereof, the way that your family interact, the way the people around you interact, the way that you like to have things planned but it never actually works out. Like, get ready to see through all of that. I'm seeing, like in the High Priestess, how she has that veil behind her. Veil is lifted. Lifting the veil came through here in the Oracle deck. So get ready to see things much clearer. When I asked what energy we're moving out of, I had Death, the Tower, fall out like together. So we are coming out of this August collective. Obviously, if I'm reading it for you, I'm also a part of this message. I'm moving out of a period of death and rebirth, of like transformation. We're still being reborn. We don't know what that form looks like as of yet, but we're definitely becoming clearer of what that looks like, what we want that to look like. And these last couple of moons that we've had, the Mercury retrograde, we've definitely learned what feels like our most authentic self and what does not. So we're stepping out of this death, this shedding, this period of understanding what is really not working for us, what is grinding our gears. Like I'm seeing someone who's just sitting there on their bed. They've quit their job, their lease is ending, their room's half empty, they're maybe moving out of your parents' house. I'm just seeing you sitting on a bed that's like, there's no sheets, there's no nothing on it. The walls are empty, it's bare. My words are getting caught now because I'm trying to like bring so much through, so much is coming through. And it's like you feel empty, but not empty in a way of I'm lost, empty in a way of I'm so freaking ready to be done with all of this and to move forward. Like, I feel that you're coming out of this energy of betrayal. And I don't just mean betrayal of like someone hurt your feelings or someone broke up with you or whatever that may be. It's like betrayal of yourself. Like during these last couple of months, you've really learnt emotionally what it is that you value and need and want and desire, and you've learnt how you actually haven't been catering for yourself in those aspects of your healing journey. And you know, so you're moving away from that betrayal from yourself. Like I kind of feel like you've had this sense of like, well, I've really been failing myself, and 420 could be significant. I just saw that on the timer. So maybe you're a smoker, maybe that's what you have been holding on to, an addiction, a pattern that is really not serving you, and looking at it, you're like, I held on to that for way too long, and you're kind of feeling guilty about it, but you're moving out of that. You're like, you know what, no, that served me for a certain point of time. I walked my journey with that. I've learnt my lesson with that. That all happened for a reason, and now I'm moving forward. Okay, just had to cut that off because there were people like right at the back door having a chat, so I thought that I would just pause and come back to it. But you're moving out of this feeling of guilt, feeling of betrayal, and I am getting a sense that it's self-betrayal, like it's something that you've realized you have partaken in. For some of you, it will be the sense of betrayal from another person, but mostly you feel betrayed by yourself. And you're moving out of that. Like you have shed all of the limiting beliefs. Like they're obviously still gonna be there. They're still gonna come up. You're still gonna have to actively choose not to tap into them. But we're moving out of a season of identifying them and seeing them and feeling through them. And we're moving into a period of healing and just actively choosing not to engage in that anymore. I do feel like you've been in a hermit energy. You haven't really been engaging in much social activity, which has kind of left you feeling lonely, but you haven't wanted it any other way, if that makes sense. Like I know that I feel that. I know I have some friends who've been feeling that at the moment. This like, I feel so incredibly lonely. I want some friends. I want some social time. But then at the same time, you're like, I don't want to. I don't have the energy. And that's totally understandable because your energy has been going into this healing, this knowing, this shedding light on all of what's been happening emotionally, like those emotional foundations, which is hard to do. You know, it does take a lot of you. And there hasn't been a lot of room for social time. You've probably tried to have some social time and noticed that during that social time, you're kind of disconnected or not attached. You're kind of in a separate sort of bubble, which is totally fine, but we're coming out of that and we're coming into a more social time. We're coming into a time where we're going to play, we're going to have fun, we're going to laugh, we're going to explore versions of ourselves that we've always wished that we were. Like we've always seen these traits in people around us and gone, man, I wish I could be that person. I wish I could be that bubbly and that confident, and I wish I was as magnetic as that. And you know, all of these things are coming to you now. Like you're going to be given opportunities to actually be that person, and all of this emotional, deep, reflective mirror shadow work that you've been doing has made room and has created an opportunity for you to be able to do that and feel safe doing that as well. Moving into the transition cards is those two, those like guilt cards. So the 3 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, like those are our transition cards, you know. And then our what are we moving into? The Ace of Cups, the King of Cups reversed, and the Emperor. Now the way that I'm reading this is that we're moving into, there's going to be an opportunity that comes in to actually really show you that you've done the work and it hasn't gone unnoticed. So what I'm getting is that there is an masculine energy, toxic one, an unbalanced one, man or woman. It could be a man or a woman. I do feel like it is someone who is going to come into your field, and their masculine is way out of freaking balance. Their masculine is, it's toxic, it's manipulative, it's narcissistic. Their connection to their emotions is almost non-existent, and you're going to realize in that moment, when you're faced with that, by the way that you handle that situation, how much work you've done. Because in the past, maybe you would have succumbed to it, maybe you would have blamed yourself, maybe you would have tried to fix them. But what you're going to realize moving forward is that you kind of shut that down. You look at that and you go, you know what? I'm not interested. See you later, sort of thing. Like, you're not going to brush it off, but you are not going to engage in it in a way that's going to drain your energy, because you've learned that giving your energy to those places is one of the biggest places that your energy gets sucked from you. And that's going to give you, like, you're going to step into your own masculine energy here. And the logic of just like, hey, if that's how you're going to behave, that's cool, and that's you. Good luck with that. I'm actually trying to achieve and accomplish and do this thing over here, so see you later. I feel like it's going to be a very detached, very nonchalant, like, oh, you're going to see straight through the behavior, straight through the patterns, straight through what is actually being reflected to you, and you're going to go, you know what, I don't need that. You're going to turn your back. This might be someone coming in, or this could be someone that's been in your life for a long time, and it's like all of a sudden a flip switches and you go, oh my God, I've been trying to fix you. I've been trying to help you and I've been getting nowhere, and I'm constantly choosing to do this, and I don't actually have to choose that anymore. See you later. This is definitely, I feel like, from the other person, going to be received as selfish. They're not going to like this. They're not going to behave well after this. They're going to be really, really quite triggered by the way that you react. But even in that wound and the reflection and the projection of that wound, you're not going to be phased. They don't even rock your boat. Your rivers are calm. You're sitting in your little boat, back, sunbathing. You just don't care. Like, you're not phased at all by this interaction. And I feel like once that is passed, you're going to sit there and you're going to go, wow, I really have been doing the work. And I feel like whoever you are, you need that. You almost need that validation through life to stop for a moment and go, holy crap, like, I'm doing the work. I really am putting in the effort. It's not going unnoticed. It's not for nothing. I am getting somewhere. I am becoming a version of myself who is way more aligned with who it is I am and where it is I am going, as opposed to helping others get to where they want to go. Yeah, like, you've got so much love to give, and you're no longer going to be giving that to people who don't freaking want it, who don't respect it, who don't return it. And it's not that you have to give love so that you return it, but you're not going to give it to people who don't care anymore. You're jumping in head first to really taking things as they are in that moment, and not waiting, oh, I'll give it a couple of months and see if they change. Like, you're not doing that anymore. There's no time frame anymore. You're just like, I see it, I don't want it, I'm moving forward. And you're jumping in on those, this person is for me, that opportunity is for me, that job is for me, this experience is for me. That's not. That person's not, that thing's not, that place is not, this lifestyle is not. It's like crystal clear vision on all of those things, and it's super supported by your ancestors. So I'm getting loved ones who have passed. I'm getting any entities that you might feel connected with or have just heard the name of quite frequently. For example, for myself, when I was heading into this space, Archangel Michael was a huge thing. He popped up everywhere. Stories of him popped up. I would be meditating and he'd pop into my mind. Like, he's a very present figure in my life. And so if you experience that with, I don't know, Lilith, with Kali, with Shakti, those types of energies, with Freya, they are with you and they're supporting you through this. And it's like I see you like Charlie's Angels, like you're walking and you've got these two people behind you and you're just like, they're moving everyone out of the way for you and you're like, no, yes, no. And they're pulling the people in that you say yes to and the opportunities that you say yes to. And the ones that you go, and you think about for a second, they're like, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, sort of thing. So super protected by your guides as you walk through this next chapter. And And this next chapter is going to be all about honing in new skills and learning new hobbies and trying new things and really deepening understandings that you already have. If you already meditate and try and communicate with spirit, for example, you're going to tap into that like so much deeper than you ever have before, deeper than you probably even thought possible. And that's the same for like your hobbies, the things that you enjoy doing. It's like you're just going to level up in all of these things because your energy has been called back from all of those things that it's not for, and it's going into the things that it is meant for now. So I think you know what I mean. But these ones came out next, so I don't know how long I can show that card for, if I can show that card on YouTube. But the star and the sun together came out, and I mean, these were laid like this. I was shuffling my deck and they were sat out of the deck. The rest of the deck was down here, and they all flipped over in different shuffles, and the rest of the cards were like that. So take that as you will. I see that as the overall energy of this month is just abundance and joy and cup full times 10. I'm seeing the 10 of cups in my mind, and there is no hermit. So I hope you lathered up as much of this solo time as you could, because moving into the next chapter, it's going to be a whole lot of communicating and sharing and exploring and expanding with other people. So yes, deep within your own psyche, but also with those around you, people you live with, people you're meeting on the path, people you work with, people you love, your family. You're definitely moving into a chapter where working with people is a big thing, a big social thing. So as beautiful and abundant and amazing as this chapter is going to be, if you can find little breaks in there where you can have a breath and be on your own, lap them up and take advantage of them, because you're not going to find a lot of them. And whoever I'm speaking okay, that cut out once again. What else is new? But that is the message. I just wanted to wrap up the video, do a little bit of an outro so it wasn't just cut off like that. I promise I'm working on this stuff. I'm trying to get it sorted. Get ready for a month of absolute abundance. You're coming out of hermit mode. You're coming out of feeling betrayed by yourself. You're coming out of a period of introspection, reworking emotional foundations, understanding mentally, physically, emotionally what it is that you need. And in this next chapter, you're going to be embracing, stepping into those things and honoring those things and setting boundaries and removing people and energies that are not supportive of your journey forward. And I am so freaking excited for you. You know when you see a puppy or a baby and you just want to squish it because it's so cute? That is the energy that I'm feeling with this August collective reading. So yeah, take with that what you will. I'm just going to roll my dice real quick here. We had the numbers 420 before. I think that was evident to some smokers, and that little message in there. But 382. And the number 28 could be significant. I don't know if 28th of August maybe. The 28th of August, 25th of August. Something's going to happen between those 2 days. Could be a birthday, could be a significant day for you, but all of those numbers are significant. I hope this message reaches those it needs to. I hope this gives some of you some hope, some inspiration, some excitement, some forward moving energy to move into the month of August with. So as usual, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.